Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and it's that time again. It is the Hermes private sale. So for the first time ever, I actually got an invite of my own. If you watched my video last year, you'll know that a really nice friend of mine allowed me to be her +1 last year, but finally my time has come and I got an invite of my own. So as you can see, the sale is always at the same place and it always seems to be in late October, but I'm going to make a bold statement here and say that the selection at this sale was better than any other sale that I've ever been to before. Granted, this was only my third time going to an Hermes sale, but nevertheless, I think particularly if you're into ready-to-wear, you would be really excited because there were tons of options: knitwear, dresses, toilanes, a huge selection of outerwear. The only little bit of a bummer is that last year all of the ready-to-wear was 70% off and this year it was only 60% off. Not quite sure why, but you guys know that I love Hermes ready-to-wear, but more and more people are starting to appreciate it too, and perhaps they just don't need to discount as much as they used to, or maybe they just want to make more money from these sales. I don't know. I noticed that I didn't see a costume jewelry counter. Granted, I wasn't really paying attention. I've never bought costume jewelry at these sales. What I did see that I'd never seen before were belts. They had belt straps and belt buckles, so many people were getting belt kits, so that was a nice addition. Also, they had bag charms, and pretty much all of the bag charms they have are currently on the website, so that was really nice. I really liked the one that's shaped like a horseshoe. They had the one that's shaped like a boot and another that's shaped like a jockey's cap. So surprisingly good bag charm options. Everything else was pretty much the same. Per usual, they had tons of silk scarves, cashmere shawls. They had a much bigger selection of twillies than they ever had in the past. I did not find their hat selection as good as previous years, but they did have hats. They also had many shoes, but I was not here for shoes, and in general I come to the Hermes sales really for the ready-to-wear, but I am willing to entertain shoes if they're shoes that I was looking at, or even better yet, tried on beforehand, because one of the only things that I've ever sold that I bought from an Hermes sale were sneakers that I'd never seen before, I really loved, and they were wildly uncomfortable. So as a result, I'm now very skeptical about buying shoes during the sale. But all in all, once again, the private sale was pretty well organized. This is the second year in a row that Hermes has not had a public sale. I experienced the public sale one time and I swore it was my last time because the wait was awful, and for me it just really wasn't worth it. But this was so organized and civilized that I would not be surprised if Hermes never did a public sale again. So I'll show you what I picked up. I'm back home and I have a few really great pieces to show you. Very interestingly, and this has never happened before, every single item that I bought in the sale I tried on previously in store and didn't get them because of price. I'll be completely honest with you. I can't buy everything, and ready to wear full price really adds up, so I have to be very selective. These joggers that you're looking at are a very good example. I tried these on in store last year, but I thought they were a little pricey for joggers. At the sale, they had various versions of these. They didn't have the matching top for this one. I could have gotten a whole set in a different color, sort of a creamy beigey color. I wasn't a huge fan of that particular colorway. However, if you watched my Hermes sale video from last year, I bought a black hoodie that I think will go perfect with these. The ready-to-wear was 60% off instead of 70% off, but even so, I think a pretty huge discount. So originally these pants were $13.75 and I paid $5.50. They're super comfortable. I got them in a size 38, so they're nice and loose, 100% cotton, and as much as possible, if I remember to do it, I will do close-ups on everything. So when I tried these on in the store last year or the year before, I just didn't want to pay $1,400 for sweatpants, so really psyched that I got them in the sale. Next up is a beautiful cashmere set that looks so sad in this video, but I promise you it is so beautiful. These are also pieces that I tried on in store, but they were really expensive. They're 100% cashmere, feels incredible to wear. The exact color is Vert Tundra. They're both in a size 38. They fit oversized. This set is incredibly comfortable and super warm, perfect for New York City. I rarely ever say this, but when worn, this really does look expensive. Let's go over prices and you'll see why I didn't buy this in store. The turtleneck sweater was $2,225, 60% off. It was $890. Originally, the pants were $1,925 and I paid $770. So still not cheap, but an incredible savings. I didn't buy this in store because this super cute but very casual outfit, full price, is almost $5,000, and that's half the price of a Birkin, and I just couldn't do it. My SA and I both loved it on me. We both agreed that these are my colors for ready to wear, but she totally understood that I did not want to spend that much money on these. I have quite a few pieces of Hermes ready to wear that's woolen cashmere blend and silken cashmere blend, but I think this is my very first 100% cashmere from Hermes, and guys, I can understand why it's so expensive. It really does feel good. I pretty much live in cashmere in the winter, so I have cashmere from quite a few other brands, but Hermes cashmere hits different. I'm not gonna lie, this is really good. Next up is a cashmere shawl. I'm not an Hermes silks and shawls expert, but I would say that this is probably one of their most famous prints. It's called the Three Graces, and again, this is one that I've tried on in store. Back when I think the shawls were $1,000 or $1,100, now they're $1,225. I will insert a picture of this because this is actually still sold in stores. It's in the Gris and Caban colorway. Believe it or not, this is only my third scarf or shawl from Hermes, even though I wear scarves and shawls all the time, so you would think I'd own more, but they're just super expensive. So essentially, I've only gotten them from the sale, and each year I pick one scarf or shawl, and I was so happy that this was included in the sale because, again, this is something that I have been going back and forth about paying full price. My very first shawl I bought at the Hermes sale. I think once you get used to paying 50% off, it's really hard to go back to paying full price. However, I just assumed that certain prints would not go on sale and I'd have to pay full price, so I was really happy that this was included in the sale. Every other scarf or shawl there seemed to be multiples of, but unsurprisingly, there were only 2 of these left. So they probably got sold out pretty quickly, and this was $612.50. Last up is an item that I had only just tried on earlier in the year, so imagine my shock to find it included in the sale. These are the only pair of shoes that I bought, and honestly, I did not plan to buy shoes at the sale, but I was so happy that these were there. There were only 2 in this colorway, and one of the 2 happened to be in my size. You know, I don't normally take Hermes boxes, but I was the very last person in line, so they were trying to clear us all out, so they bagged this up before I could even think to tell them to keep the box. These are the Fuji boots in the black goatskin leather. They are so comfortable. So they had these both in a 37 and a 37.5. The 37 was a great fit. However, I was wearing very thin socks, and I also thought about the fact that I'd likely wear jeans or joggers or something inside the boot, so I decided to go for the bigger size, even though while I was there, these felt too big on me. But through trial and error, what I've learned about Hermes shoes is whenever I have a question about size, it's just best for me to size up, and I'm so glad that I did, because once I got home, I put on thick socks, threw on some jeans, and tried this on again, and it is perfect. They're so comfortable. So happy that I went for the 37.5. So once again, I tried these on in store the day that I picked up my Etude Oran sandals. I think February of this year. I've seen a few unboxings of these. I cannot remember who has them though, so if you have these, please tell me how you like them. The chunky bottoms of these are so perfect for New York winters. I know it says 2,325, but these were actually 1,800 and I paid 50% off, so they were 900. I didn't want to spend 2,000, which isn't outrageous for full leather Hermes boots, but I was very happy to spend 900. Here are some of the details. The leather is super soft. I also wanted to tell you that once again, I did get hangers. I got 4 or 5 of them. Their hangers are really nice, so if you remember to ask for them, I highly recommend. So let me know what you think of my entire Hermes private sale haul. Now, I just wanted to update you on my Hermes handbag wish list, or more accurately, my lack of a handbag wish list this year. If you watch my wish list video at the beginning of the year, I said that I had no plans to give my essay a wish list of bags this year because I was really content with my collection. There aren't too many bags that I want, and the couple of bags that I was really interested in were Kelly 25s, which my essay already told me were not a possibility. It's not happening. Don't ask her. And I made a video about the 5 bags that, should I get a random offer, I would accept. Now, that list has significantly changed, so perhaps in the near future I should update it. But pretty much all the bags on that list were long shots anyway, so I was content to not get any bags this year while waiting on my special order. But instead, what happened, in the absence of a wish list to go by, my essay kept offering me beautiful bags and I kept turning them down. And side note, it is not fun to turn down beautiful quota bags at Hermes. My essay, though, was really invested in me getting something this year. She kind of felt strongly that because I'm only allocated 1 quota bag per year, not accepting something was essentially wasting my quota for the entire year. So she kept offering me bags, I kept turning them down, and I had an in-person conversation with her when I went to pick up a repair from the store. And she asked me point blank, what do you want? We're running out of time. The year is almost over, and if you're going to get a bag this year, you need to give me some direction. So essentially, she asked me to stop wasting her time. And I knew I was going to see her that day, so I had thought about it, and I realized that the reason why I had turned down all the quota bags that she had offered to me was that they all had gold hardware, and I already have 3 Birkins with gold hardware. All my Birkins have gold hardware. I let her know that a green Kelly 25 is going to be always at the top of my wish list, but since she was very clear that a Kelly 25 wasn't going to happen for me this year, and perhaps not next year either, because that is the top most requested bag at my boutique. However, she said, I can get you a Birkin 25. You just have to tell me what you want so that I don't keep offering you Birkin 25s and you keep turning them down. And so I said to her, if you can get me a Birkin 25 with palladium hardware, I will take it. My top choice is the color Gruyere, but if you can't get that, I will take any dark neutral except a taupe, because I already have a Birkin 25 in a taupe, but it has to have palladium hardware. That's a deal breaker for me because I feel strongly that my taupe Birkin 25 with gold hardware is so perfect. If that's my only Birkin 25, I'm good. So if I'm going to use another Birkin 25, it has to be very different from that one, and the hardware wouldn't make the difference for me. So I'm not interested in any Birkin 25s with gold hardware. And she said, perfect. I'm glad we have that settled and you've given me some direction. And so between now and Christmas, I will get you a neutral Birkin 25 retourné. And that's another thing. One of the Birkin 25s that she offered me was a Cellier, and I tried it on and I just realized a Cellier Birkin is not for me. I knew I didn't like a Birkin 30 Cellier, but I thought in a 25 I would like it much better, but turns out it's just too stiff and formal looking for me. My favorite way to wear my Birkins are with sweatpants and sneakers, and so if I want a much more formal looking bag, I would just go for a Kelly Cellier. I wouldn't necessarily go for a Birkin. So I think she offered me that bag because I'd expressed interest in Cellier Birkins, and I do like my Epsom Birkin 30 in retourné. But holding that bag, walking around the room, I just realized that it's not for me. Now things change. Maybe in the future I'll be all about the Cellier Birkins, but for right now, I'm good. If I get another Birkin 25, I want it to be a very relaxed, casual bag. So the update on my lack of a wish list is that I've now, in the last quarter of the year, finally given my essay a wish list, and she's always very honest about what she cannot get from me, but always delivers on what she promises. So expect me to unbox that bag between now and Christmas. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you think of the things that I got from the private sale. Please subscribe to my channel. That would make my day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.